Good deeds and meditational attainments receive equally fabulous rewards in the higher realms of enjoyment. Life in the very highest level of all, that of neither perception nor non-perception, lasts for 84,000 ages, or kalpas. Even though such a long existence may seem to last forever, it does come to an end at last. 100 years in the heavens of enjoyment seems to last no longer than a human day. So the years slip by rapidly until the enjoyer of bliss, a deva or god, is reborn in human form. This happens when one exhausts the store of merit produced by good deeds as a human being, just as purgatorial sufferings end when one exhausts the evil karma that produced them. Buddhists believe that all world systems like the one we've been discussing sooner or later must come to an end. This is caused in part by the declining level of moral and religious life among its inhabitants. Theravada Buddhists understand this lower level of living to be inevitable, as are its consequences. Every so many eons, the Earth universe is destroyed by fire, water, and then wind. Indeed, all of the physical world disappears, as well as 20 of the 31 planes of existence, including that of the completely lustrous gods, unless residents of these planes have already assigned current levels of existence. Eons later, its particles may form a new universe. Like the Hindus, Buddhists do not recognize any absolute beginning to the appearance of these world systems. This series of cycles is considered to have always existed, just as it always will exist.
So, for the Mahayana school in Buddhism, the Bodhisattva ideal, or the Bodhisattva vow, is one of the most important things. So it's not just doing good or saving people, but it's her life, and it's her way to be shared with everybody.
In Mongolia and Tibet, the word that means high priest is lama. A new Dalai Lama is chosen by a slow and deliberate process. A few years after a Dalai Lama's death, a search committee of respected elder monks is chosen. These monks gather certain articles, including some used by the just deceased Dalai Lama. Then they tour the countryside to search for young boys who were born after the last Dalai Lama died. The true successor, the reborn Dalai Lama, is the one who unerringly picks out the genuine articles belonging to the deceased Dalai Lama. He is then taken to the great central monastery at Lhasa, where he is trained for his new role as the Buddhist God King. To create a new Zamandala, a tantric disciple puts himself under the guidance of his spiritual master. Then he slowly and painstakingly creates or goes over the mandala pattern. This is done step by step, using one's total attention. This might be called the Tibetan Buddhist style of psychoanalysis. To Buddhists, it is in keeping with the Buddhist message that within ourselves, each of us finds salvation from the restless suffering, the impermanence, and the emptiness of human existence. In Buddhism, mantras are ritual chants, and they had earlier been used in connection with Brahmanical sacrificial rituals. Mantras were viewed as power-filled words to help one achieve various results. And Tibetan Buddhism easily adapted them to its own non-sacrificial use. One prominent mantra is a famous 6-syllable phrase, chanted ritually over and over. Are to be made a part of one last dying. Here, as with the mandala, a dying person confronts various shapes, such as demons, gods, and bodhisattvas. These are understood to be that person's own internal good-bad traits in graphic form. In Tibetan Buddhism, death is considered to be a gradual transition to a new life, lasting perhaps as long as 7 days. A spiritual attendant repeats directions and encouragements in the ear of the individual who is dying. Thus, Tibetan Buddhism ensures a safe passage to a new and good existence. Buddhism originally had entered Japan in the mid-6th century from Korea, where it had been active since the late 4th century. A Buddha image was given to the Japanese emperor, along with some monk priests who could give ritual performances. From this small beginning, Buddhism became a major religious and cultural force in Japan for about 1,000 years.
So by incorporating all of these local deities, all of the local spirits, they were able to incorporate the people of that place into the Buddhist tradition. By accepting and by being extremely tolerant of local religious traditions, it's one of the reasons I think that Buddhism has never been involved in religious warfare. They do not require people to give up their local spirit in order to become a Buddhist.
One of the new, uniquely Japanese sects was called Shingon, which means true word. Shingon was established in the early 9th century at a great temple center on Mount Koya, some 50 miles from Kyoto in the southern half of Japan's main island of Honshu. Shingon, or true word, is not a scripture so much as it is a group of mantras from 2 Indian scriptures. The proper use and meaning of these mantras are revealed only to Shingon initiates, so Shingon is called esoteric or secret teaching Buddhism. An esoteric Buddhist sect had once been located on these mountains at the time of Saicho, founder of Tendai Buddhism. Saicho, a devout 8th-9th century Japanese monk from Nara, was seeking to escape the influence of Japan's nearby royal court when he moved far away to Japan's Mount Hiei, overlooking the modern city of Kyoto. But in 794, Japan's royal court moved to Kyoto, and Saicho was no longer isolated. Indeed, Saicho became a person of consequence at the court, and he was allowed to go to study at the Tiantai headquarters in China for some 8 months. The Japanese monk Honen founded what's known as Jodo, or Pure Land Buddhism. Japan's Pure Land Buddhism gets its name because its followers believe in the existence of many Buddha lands, which are created by the vows, merits, and virtues of various Buddhas. Their special Buddha land is called the Western Paradise, or Pure Land. The splendors of this Pure Land, sometimes portrayed by artists and visualized by meditators, are unbelievably grand. In the Pure Land, there will be no more The 13th century monk Nichiren was the latest of the great Buddhist reformers. For Nichiren, the Lotus Sutra was not only the supreme scripture, it was the only true scripture. Nichiren believed himself to have been a leading disciple of the Gautama Buddha in a prior life. And now he saw himself as the one true interpreter of Buddhist enlightenment. Though he was popular with the common people, Nichiren considered them unable to understand the mysteries of the Lotus Sutra. So he proposed a radically simplified version for their use. Nichiren predicted foreign invasions, and he saw his prophecies fulfilled when the Mongols attacked Japan in 1274